Well, we got to kill our boss.
Why?
Because he's the mole in the organization, as we found out last time. There was somebody inside all this time.
No, Eric would never do that.
Oh, but he did. I guess. Apparently.
Allegedly, yeah.
No,
that's good
he
enough for
definitely
Hitman.
did.
Okay, yeah.
And now we got to go all the way to Hokkaido to, in fact, to kill him in what is truly going to be the most action-packed of the Hitman, first Hitman here, where we have to kill a man on the operating table.
He's got the condition of the rare condition, as we know from that X-ray machine in this very advanced hospital.
That's how you know how advanced it is.
He has this rare condition where all of his insides are inverted. It's called Situs Inversus.
Yep, he's got like feet instead of hands.
Hands instead of feet. Simpsons.
Also, there's another person here too, because I don't know. They always got to have two people.
Situs has already given Yamazaki access to our client
This is you were saying like the Sinajima.
She's got like the white hair. She's a lawyer. There's comparisons to be made, and also we did do 117 episodes of Persona 5, so I do like to bring up comparisons to that at every single opportunity possible.
Well, I guess they've convinced me. I think Soder's needs to pay for his insidious infiltration of this organization.
Which, once again, so that's going to lead to us killing a man on the operating table, and also Sainijima, after she, I guess, fell on hard times, becoming a defense attorney and changing her name, beginning to represent the Yakuza, whatever.
I never liked Eric, actually. I'm sorry, but he always struck me as a suspicious type. I don't know.
One could say that he's pretty Situs inverse sus.
Ooh.
You say that as if we weren't like, we can't start out the episode by saying that.
Well, you say that's like we didn't have a 2-hour, like almost a 3-hour conversation before this.
Where we tried to come up with the alternate version of Split, where he's a guy that walks around in circles so fast that he's able to cause like tornadoes and remove all the air from a room so that people pass out, because apparently we're on an M. Night Shyamalan kick lately. True believers who have been watching the Satisfactory series know this.
Yes, Spin is what we're calling this parody of Split. But yeah, Soder's,
no, we're still calling it Split because the main character's name is Split.
Liked. Oh yeah, of course, because of his split personality. But
no,
Soder's
because of his ability to split the atom.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay. We did this. We did this for an entire episode previously in Satisfactory,
and like the last 2 hours. But anyway, Eric Soder's, he's a real bad guy. I mean, he's sus. He's among us, and
he's not among us now. Now he's in a hospital.
The thing is, I think all hitmen deserve to die, and Eric Soder's is no exception to that.
I mean, we do have to admit here once again that it's just like we are all hitmen here. It's like, yes, even if he's betraying the hitman, he is still like, it's like, oh, he's a real bad guy. I'm a hitman. I'm literally a hitman.
It's like that Latin phrase, qui custodius hitman. Who hits the hitman?
Who hits the man? Is another hitman, clearly.
A hitman will make dollar. By the way, is she really a cutthroat lawyer, or
no? That is actually the backstory here.
I mean, is she actually a cutthroat lawyer? Because like I feel like we're actually cutting throats here. I guess you mostly just push them off like a mountain pass.
Yeah, I mean, no, come on. Certainly I'm going to do something a little bit more interesting than that in this one. Besides, the other guy is on an operating table. I can't just go push him off the side of a building.
It would be so easy to kill somebody if you knew they were going to be in surgery for a specific amount of time. I feel like that would be one of the easiest
things. Not even just a specific amount of time, for literally days, because this is one like real intensive surgery.
Yeah. He's getting his entire insides turned topside.
Yeah, he's getting all of his insides turned upside down. So I'd like to take a minute, so just sit right there, and I'll tell you how I killed the hitman of ICS. Nope, couldn't stick the landing.
Yeah, a hitman of ICA Yor. I don't know.
Nope, that doesn't work. It was a good try. But like I was doing the full bar of that, and I still couldn't come up with anything by the end of it.
Okay, well, anyway, we're at the Hokkaido Hospital dealing with Vitus Inversus.
The Gamma Private
Inversus, yes.
Provides cutting-edge medical treatment
And
for the global elite.
This is a really cool building, by the way.
Oh no, this is actually like a very good mission. It's got like this AI here that sort of controls each one of the doors, and then based on the clothes that you're wearing, like outfits are more than just fooling people. It also lets you into individual areas too.
I see. That's actually really interesting, especially given. So they went all out for this mission. This is the last mission in the first game.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll find her in her suite or roaming the
Now, it seems like if you had an AI, why wouldn't you have like facial recognition? Like it's the top advanced technology. Feels like Hitman, like I don't know, it just feels like you'd be able to detect whether somebody.
Why? Do you think there's something suspicious about Hitman here?
I mean, his face is kind of nondescript, but it's like it's
God,
the same
I love
face.
how they open this one up.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is like a
sitting
movie
directly,
scene.
like eyes open, lying directly on top of the covers. He's not even under them.
Yeah.
I guess
He's not
like
even
sitting there for what, 16 hours while he's waiting for his soders to get into the operating room.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things where he just kind of sits and stares at a wall all day when he's not hitting men.
And I mean it's like he's entirely full of Hitman knowledge. He's got nothing else in that brain there.
By the way, a pretty amazing like scenery here. Like just it really does feel like okay, this infinite place. Kind of reminds me of the secret level of The Witness. If you know what I'm talking about.
The caves?
No, the other secret with the sun.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the second ending. I mean,
yeah,
it's got that sort of like overlooking mountaintop type of quality. Well, I mean, it is literally a mountain type of quality to it.
Yeah. Just that kind of like, it's literally just, I don't know, it's a cool scene.
Big sweeping vistas and everything. But of course, being that a lot of the places we end up going are for the extremely rich, the sort of people that have cowboy busts just kind of hanging around.
It's also really goofy that they have this beautiful vista, and then you go in and there's like a mirror and you have no reflection because you're a vampire apparently.
No, Hitman just doesn't even exist. He's actually more of like an idea that has been brought to life. He is assassination.
Oh, okay. He's the concept of assassination itself. Okay.
Yeah, that has been brought to life. We're making more Persona references, aren't we?
I wasn't.
Well, I wasn't intentionally, but well, here we are. Anyway, that little part where you can drop off there, that's pretty much the best way to get into the rest of the facility. It's kind of hard to do much of anything else, given that this is a pretty small area, and it is so restrictive due to the
AI.
Well, the doors locking and everything.
I see. So the AI controls the doors and will let you in depending on what you're wearing.
I mean, more importantly, the AI controls the surgery. So it's like you can't just shut off the surgery or something. It's got 100 different sort of contingencies for that.
Okay.
And there we go.
And
and boom goes the dynamite. So anyway, one, able to get rid of cameras immediately. Two, I'm sure on higher difficulties there's probably more than one person in here, which would make this a lot more difficult. But as it is, it's just like on the standard difficulty, you can just kind of run in here and beat them with the cowboy bust.
This is such a weird mix of just like really elaborate gameplay and mechanics and then just absolute silliness, because it's like, okay, at the end of the day, you've gone through this really highly secure facility into very specific areas. There's an AI which is not standard in 2006, 2007. Very and it's just like, well, you just bonk your guy in the head with a coconut or whatever.
Well, I jumped off the side of the facility, ran through. I mean, I could have easily picked up, actually, one of the guys was, whoop. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point. Like, look at how elaborate and like this kind of it's a kind of a tea room, a or like a bathroom.
Yeah, we got like the onsen, we got like the restaurant on the other side there and everything.
And then it's just like, well, whoops, got to turn around abruptly. And
like I walk directly in front of one of the people who are instantly going to recognize me as a threat. And I had to turn the other direction, and surprisingly kept my my silent assassin ranking. So hey.
This is the
Hey,
most relaxing gig
it's all about those rankings, though.
Yep.
Makes me miss the old days, to be honest.
Like, it feels like a very well researched. Like, this feels like an extremely high tech place that has like some traditional charm from.
That has
Japan. Like, this feels
just sitting in the room.
Yes, like a nice mixture of just like incredibly high tech, incredibly traditional, all that stuff. Really nice architecture, and it's just like, well, you don't have a reflection in the mirror for some reason. They didn't.
And you can't sleep under the sheets.
Yeah.
Hitman only sleeps on top of the bed and nothing else. Oh yeah, that is actually a part of this entire thing where it's like you do not get any loadout for this mission. So even like coins, I had to go pick up here for the first time.
I like that, like, loosen valve implies there's a way to kill somebody with that lamp.
Oh, yeah, there is. It's a gas lamp. And you know what she does is she walks out here and starts smoking because I stole that pack from the stereotypical cowboy man over there.
Yeah. The Marlboro man.
I mean, basically. He is seriously like the most stereotypical like oil baron cowboy guy.
Best be healing up.
Yeah, the only problem is that if you do actually loosen like the valve on that, it explodes large enough to kill other people. So yeah, it's like
what a drag.
Speaking of dragging.
So do you just stay here long enough to are you actually have you already done the assassination thing?
No, she's right in front of me.
Oh, okay. So you're just waiting for everyone to go inside. Okay.
Well, she enjoys a nice, pleasant smoke out on the veranda here.
Because, like, you would never just push somebody off a cliff.
Look, I don't just push people off of stuff.
You're a little bit more sophisticated.
I grab them and throw them off the other way.
That's so good.
It's totally the opposite.
Because that actually was kind of really weird. Like that was unexpected. I did not see that coming. That was not just like yoink.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is, it's like all the guys that would have seen me. If you try and do that like pretty much anywhere else, the guys inside there would see you. But since that's right in front of the shutter, it's just enough to do that. Silent assassin kept.
And you can't do that just by pushing her out. Like, it literally won't work. I'm sure you tried that.
Oh, I mean, you could. It's just people would actually see me out there.
Yeah, I need to silent assassin.
It's way easier to do it like this because then I'm already in a position where I am already hidden.
You'd lose that Chivo.
Yeah, I gotta get my sick Chivos. You understand?
Of course.
Ooh, more busts.
Also known as a buster. All right, so
Yep, that's me. The Buster.
Okay, so now you're. Are you? What are you doing now?
Well, do you remember? I give myself a checkpoint after I successfully do an assassination.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's just like now we gotta actually go take care of Soders, and that's a little bit more involved. Because the thing with Soders is that being in the operating, they call it like the operating theater or something, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of eyes on there, and it is pretty locked off, even to like the hardcore sort of bodyguards, because
Oh, sorry. They have to have a food part. Like there has to be, every level has to have a really.
Well, yeah, you gotta poison people, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's like this is a sushi place, of course. It's Japan.
Yeah. Speaking of sushi and poison. Yoink.
Yeah. Well, you knew what you were getting into. It was raw, uncooked fish.
That I'm going to give to a guy on an operating table?
Are you actually gonna poison? You're gonna poison the guy who's on the operating table? Is he unconscious?
Yes.
What? So you're poisoning him with poisoned fish from
With
the
blowfish.
sushi bar. The toxic fugu fish.
Look, there is only so many things that you have to work with here. So, like actually getting a deadly poison is surprisingly difficult in this level.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Especially given all the surgical instruments around that you wouldn't want getting germs on them. But why wouldn't you just use one of those? Why wouldn't you just kill them?
You think that would probably work because I need to go disguise myself as I gotta disguise myself as either like the director who is always out in who is in the front of the building but is always out in the open in the front of the building, so there's almost no way that you can get him in a secluded place to actually get him unconscious and then steal his clothes, or you gotta find a surgeon. That's like the only other person that's actually allowed in there. And that's the guy who's wearing the hashtags.
That would be my first instinct, is to become a surgeon, go to school for 7 or 8 years, in addition to getting your pre-med, and just become a surgeon, and go in and then...
But then you also have to get into, of course, the most ridiculously exclusive hospital in the entire world.
I see, but wouldn't that be just a matter of getting one surgeon isolated and taking their credentials?
Yeah, but it's hard to do that because everybody's either in the operating theater right now or in a very open area. Like you can see the security detail is pretty extensive around here.
I see. Okay, actually, that does make sense. I mean, it is an exclusive hospital, high security. It's just weird that your alternative is, I'm going to sneak in and poison them with a fish instead.
Well, this is Hitman. What do you want from me?
I actually admire it. It's ridiculous, but that's them's the breaks. What are you waiting for right now?
Well, there is a surgeon in that room, and he's relatively isolated. Unfortunately, it's really hard to actually get to him because there is a bodyguard right there. So what I'm going to do is take one of the few coins that I actually managed to get, and
managed to scrounge up.
Come on, and right in here, and not the deadly poison. The one that I picked up over in the loading bay earlier. And there we go. Don't look at me. Don't stop looking at me. Okay.
It's just I like that. Are you a security guard right now? Is that what you're?
I'm a bodyguard. I got the 2 chevrons on the shoulder.
Okay.
So it's like it affords me a lot of ability to walk around, but like I said, nobody is allowed into the operating theater unless you are a surgeon or above. Like, if I did manage to get the director's outfit, I could actually sabotage the full AI unit and everything that's kind of directing the surgery, but that's really hard to do.
Is that what the game is actually explicitly telling you to do? Is that what it wants you to do?
I mean, I think that's like the extra challenge just because it's so hard to get the director in a place where you can steal his clothes.
Ah, okay.
Because you have to have his clothes to be able to get into those areas.
Clothes make the man.
Clothes make the security clearance, more specifically.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a bunch of security clearances that you can get here. It goes from what, like the circle with the single dot inside of it, which is just like, regular staff that'll allow you in the back of like the onsen area or whatever. Like the 2 circles is like maintenance. Then you got like the single chevron, which is like basic bodyguards, 2 chevron, which is the super bodyguards, which I'm currently at. You got the hashtag, which is the surgeons, and those are kind of the...
I see. So you have to do some elaborate thing to become the director. You have to
That's like 3 chevrons. Oh, you have to steal the clothes from the director.
Yeah, you have to steal the clothes from the super bodyguard, then use that to steal it from...
by the way. So, funny enough with how this works, speaking of stealing stuff, yeah, I'm doing this. Yep. Don't mind me. By the way, I did have to make sure that they didn't see me through the window, because they can do that. But anyway, we're just going to go right in here.
put him into a locker or something.
Oh, well, yeah, the usual sort of thing to kind of like hide my terrible misdeeds, but not just any locker. It's the same one as before.
That is so
That is actually the closest one to get to. What can I say?
Yeah, they made
Have
this
fun,
one
dude.
hard. This is such a silly game.
Oh, yeah. And it's like I was able to drag him all that distance, no problem at all. Anyway, they got magic stem cell therapy, but now it's magic stem cell plus also fugu fish poison. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it's funny because he's got this rare disease. It seems like he would just be so incredibly easy to kill if you know that he's at this.
This
hospital.
AI
Like,
is very,
it's
very
it's
comprehensive when it comes to keeping this dude alive.
It's like I don't know, ChatGPT 4 or 5 or something. I don't know, whatever.
That's right. They trained it. Would you let ChatGPT do surgery on you?
I would trust it, but I wouldn't
I would not.
necessarily.
And there we go, baby. The most ridiculous. Like, God, it was so difficult to kill this man who's already on the operating table here.
Yeah, this man who's already dying from, Situs Inversus.
Yep, he's already got the sus disease.
Time to find an exit. We're done here.
That's why all of his organs are the wrong way, because he's an imposter.
Yeah, but if you put the stem cells in, then you can reverse it without even taking.
Yeah, he reversed all his organs. That's what the fish did, and now he's dead.
It's like those animations of a sphere everting. It's just that it's your insides.
Anyway, I'm just going to take this... by the way, yes, I am totally a surgeon. What are you talking about? And also, I'm going to take this helicopter. Bye!
Stop. You're a surgeon. You don't know how to do that. You don't know how to drive that.
It's too late. I'm already gone. And now let's enjoy the end of The Man Who Hits 1. Next time, we're going to be moving on to the second game, where I start to get even more particular in the way that I want to do all of the assassinations in this. I hope you're ready for Silent Assassin suit-only gameplay.
The Hitman will make dollars. 2.
Miss Burnwood.
That's not what my ticket says.
We received your message. Loud and clear, I might add. Honestly, you could have just sacked the poor guy.
I didn't catch your name.
No, you didn't. There'll be no retaliation, not for Soders, nor any other recent fiascos. Someone's been meddling in our affairs, killing our operatives, and making the ICE look like fools. I think you got close to that someone. Closer than we've ever been. That's why we're hiring you to take him down.
I don't think so.
Don't rattle our cages, Miss Burnwood. You really have no idea.
You spy on us, bribe our people, and you have the gall to demand our help. No. You can't be trusted.
Even so, we've been around for a long, long time. I think we could help each other. Some 20 years ago, your agency took in a young man with no past and extraordinary skills. In his own special way, he cares about you, and vice versa. And ever since that time, you've never stopped wondering where he came from and who made him what he is.
There was a doctor. Some depraved experiment. But he's gone now.
Well, if you believe the questions died with him, we have nothing further to discuss. If not, as I said, I think we could help each other. Partners, then. Cheer up, Miss Burnwood. We are the lesser evil. This terrorist, he wants nothing but chaos.
He's only a terrorist if you win.
Miss Burnwood, we won a long time ago. This is maintenance.